Hey y'all, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Katie, and this is my husband Jeremy, and this is Dark Side of the Truth. Now, if you still think that the earth is a spinning ball, and the food is safe, and that the government tells us the truth about everything and always has our best interests at heart, then buckle up, honey, because we need to talk. What you're about to see in these 29 clips will flip everything that you thought you knew upside down and leave you questioning life as you thought you knew it. They've lied about the skies, the land, your health, and even reality itself. And by the end of this video, you will have all of the proof for yourself and be able to answer the most popular question asked among the truth-seeking community. Why have they lied to us this entire time? Real quick, before we get started, I have a new disclaimer that I've been putting together, so I'm just gonna read it. I'm not even gonna bother, just stick with me. Everything that you're about to see and hear in this video is strictly my personal opinion and interpretation. It is not medical advice, scientific fact, or meant to be taken as literal truth. This is for entertainment purposes only, based on hypothetical scenarios in a totally fictional world. Any resemblances to real people, places, or events is purely coincidental. I'm not claiming anything as fact, I'm just asking questions, pointing out patterns, and connecting the dots. How you interpret the information contained within this video is entirely up to you. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, before we jump into these 29 clips, do me a favor and smash the hell out of the like button, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, come on over and get subscribed to the channel, and make sure you hit that little bell notification, so hopefully, fingers crossed, YouTube will notify you whenever I upload new videos just like this. But with all that being said, let's get into these videos. Roll the intro.
They live, we sleep, the alarms going off, beep beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
No, thank you. That's insane.
No.
We live right by Detroit.
Yeah, right down, not far at all.
No way.
That's
couldn't imagine driving down the street in Detroit of all places and coming across a robot.
Man, just waving. Hi.
We can be friends.
Oh no.
No, we can't. No, we cannot be friends.
Whose robot is this?
I know, I wish it would have said. I wish it would have said. When I originally downloaded this video, there was sound with it. It was just the guy in the car was talking, and he was like, oh, I can't believe this robot's over here on 7 Mile and Lash, or whatever he was saying. But for some reason, when I downloaded the video, the audio didn't come with it, so I had to overlay music. It was a whole thing, whatever. He didn't really say anything that was crazy important. He didn't say where it came from or whose robot it was or anything like that. But I would love to know.
I know it's crazy that it's so close to
Yeah, and I don't like that it's so close to us. I don't like that they're getting so close to home. No thanks.
Nope. I don't fuck with robots.
Nope.
Another page from the Bible has been completed today, y'all. The Passaic River in New Jersey has turned blood red today. And this is like some Hawaiian red type.
That is really weird. I'm paddling currently through red water.
Y'all, all this red water.
Look at that.
Look at the sky. Look at the sky.
That water is red.
So not only is the Lake Hawaiian Punch blood red, but he said it smelled of this weird asphalt smell as well.
Really strong asphalt smell right now.
Y'all, look at the sky. What the heck is going on? Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at the sky. Look at the clouds. Look at this. Is a blanket over there. This is crazy.
You can see that the water inside it is not red. It's red.
Look at the line.
Right on the edge here.
Look at
you can see a defined line between the red and the water that's inside that sewer. So I'm really curious.
Y'all, what is going on? The one in California turned red the other day, and now this, y'all, this is literally biblical, y'all. But y'all see it, man. The prophecies are playing out. I always knew I was gonna be in this time, man, and I was gonna play a big part in it. And here I am, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get.
I don't even know what would cause a river to turn red like that and then like to smell like asphalt too, like you said.
Yeah, I don't know.
No idea. I'm not like a
Asphalt
scientist though.
stinks because I know how asphalt stinks.
Right.
Yeah, the only thing I would think of is a certain kind of algae, but it wouldn't turn it that red. So I have no clue.
And especially like the whole thing. I could see like parts of it, like patches maybe, or like I don't know how that would work. Maybe it would like
oh man, that's
water
nuts.
the redness down. I don't know, but that was like an intense red. And then if you pay attention at the end, when he gets to the bridge or whatever, when the canoer gets to the bridge, it's like regular water in the bridge.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't red in the bridge. It was just like regular, I don't know, like murky, like regular like water that you would expect to see. So I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like, is that something that's being spilled in the lake, or
maybe to like make the prophecies come true, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Right here, where he's pointing at the the little like overpass or whatever. I don't know what you want to call that, but there, it's like totally regular water in there. So what's causing that? It doesn't seem like it's algae, because if it was algae, I would assume it would be everywhere and not just. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, I think we all know that the excuse they're going to give is like, it's art, bro. Come on. Why you guys take everything so seriously?
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
I mean, it's pretty detailed, and it looks like for sure it's underground. Like it's
right. Like it looks like it's buried, but like also like they could have made the art look like that.
Right.
But like, why that art?
Right.
Like why? Like they drew it because they saw it. You know what I mean? Like why are we like all drawing giants and like making sculptures of the giants and shit? Because like it comes from a place where like I think, in my personal opinion, not factual at all, that giants were real one time. But like, what do I know?
Oh yeah, all ideas gotta. I mean, they come from somewhere. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, unless you're super creative, I don't know.
Which obviously there's creative people out there who can come up with things. I'm not saying like every single story that's ever been told is real.
Well, yeah.
But like when you have so many stories backed up with like historical findings on this earth and like things that could only be explained by one explanation, it's like, how many freaking hoops do I gotta jump through before like you just call me a hoop jumper?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like it's how many coincidences before like it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah. Still crazy though.
Yeah, definitely nuts. Let me know what you think. Is it some type of like art, or is this like a real giant that was like unburied, half buried? Let me know your thoughts.
Right.
Y'all think that's Elon? Look at him. Look at that. That's not Elon. How come we've never seen Elon do this before? Look at this. Look how possessed he looks when they ask him the question about his eye, y'all.
Quickly, Mr. Musk, what is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there's a bruise there.
Yeah, no, I was just messing around with little X, and I said, go ahead, punch me in the face, and he did. Turns out even a 5-year-old punching you in the face, actually.
Of course he's gonna blame it on his son, because you guys are gonna think it's so cute. Oh my god, Elon must not be a robot because he's actually playing with his son. Oh my god, it's so cute. But check this out, y'all. Look at this. It looks like something is sitting there, right? Here, let me zoom in a little closer. Something is actually sitting right there in the eye. Do y'all remember what Donald Marshall said? Check this out.
The lizard, okay, the thing squiggles in through the eye. It does a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch, and then it does a feeling like holding your breath and going, pushing outwards.
Light 9 here.
And going, pushing outwards. And at the tip of this chocolate chip, it then starts what they call sweating the quill. Now, the spinal cord stuff comes out of the spinal cord, out of the chocolate chip thingy, and it's everything that the lizard is. The lizard's whole body is dead. The little lizard thing is dead. And it can't go back in. Can't get back in. It's one way. Once it excretes this stuff, sweats this quill thing, the person's debilitated for an unknown amount of time.
Here's what it looks like, y'all. It looks like the Weedle Pokemon, huh? It looks like Weedle, doesn't it?
Come back. They have to have some recovery time, but when they come back, they are not the person anymore. They are then the lizard. Let me put this to you flatly. The old person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated, and the lizard is smarter as a human then, and totally controls everything. Over time, it'll develop a rash, it'll lose its hair. thing is, these things are all over the place, and they mimic human behavior. And in fact, one of their names in the past is Mimic.
So I ask you this again. Do y'all really believe that's Elon? Look at his face. Look at his eyes, right? Their name is called Mimic. They're called mimics. They know how to mimic people's behavior. And Elon has been acting strange, hasn't he? But yes, y'all, crazy times that we live in. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
Y'all already know it's gonna be a minute before I let this topic go, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Like, no
For
way.
real.
Of course he's gonna blame it on his 5-year-old son.
I know.
Like, what an
Come on.
excuse. Like, a 5-year-old could blacken your eye.
There's
okay?
no shot. Like, you should have said you smacked it on a corner or like something. Like, come
anything
on.
else.
No way.
Anything else.
It's
Okay,
not
I have 3 kids and like we play fight all the time. I've never gotten even a bruise for my kids.
Right.
Like,
No
never.
shot.
Ever. Okay?
And oh man, that makes a lot of sense with all the celebrities having black eyes. Like,
Yeah.
so obviously this is my opinion. So don't quote me on this.
Yeah. All hypothetical.
It's not a fact or anything like that. So let's not get crazy. But just gotta make that clear. Oh god, look at that picture right in the eye. Oh, good. It makes a lot of sense why they all have black eyes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, definitely does.
A little weird.
Yeah, and, well, and it definitely makes sense with Elon because, like,
Yeah.
he got that black eye and totally switched up. Like,
Right.
homie did a 180.
Even when
okay?
he was doing that weird shit with his body right
Yeah,
here.
what's
Right
up with this movement? Like, what he's like tweaking. Like, something's
What are
wrong.
you saying? It's called sweating the quill or
Something's
whatever?
wrong.
Oh no.
That's not natural, normal human
That
movements.
sounds
Okay,
too real to be fake.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, even if like you want to say we're stretching, you want to say like there's no lizard people. Like, what are you talking about? Like, lizards don't go into people's eyeballs. Katie, are you literally insane? I know how crazy I sound. Trust me, I get it. It's coming out of my mouth. I have ears. I hear it. Okay, but I have one question for you.
It makes sense.
What made him move like that?
Right.
If he's a natural, normal human and he's like not normal, what? He's sick. He's detoxing. I don't care what reason you have. What makes him move like that?
And
How do
then
you
what?
explain
Hold
that?
on. And then how do you explain someone changing their political views overnight?
From a bruise from their 5-year-old son.
Just like that. Like boom.
There's
like
some
I'm not
punch to the
saying
face.
anything political here. I'm just saying like that's really
Everything
strange.
he believed
to me.
in
Right.
overnight, his son punched him in the
Overnight.
face, and what, he got smacked with reality
Right.
when 5-year-olds punch?
Right.
What is
like,
happening?
What happened? I don't get it.
And they really think we're gonna believe this story. Like, they want us to eat it up. Like,
Yeah.
they think we're that, like, just simple-minded simpletons that, like, they'll believe anything we sell them at this point.
Allegedly.
For you know, entertainment purposes only, yeah.
Right.
In a hypothetical world. We're talking about, like, a not real Elon.
Right.
We're not talking about Elon Musk, we're talking about Elon Husk. Get with it.
Twin brother.
Right, like, get with it.
Invisible.
Bam, my man,
sign.
in and out. They said go in and out. I just came right over. It was right down the street. If you look in the background, it is packed. If you look behind me, cars wrapped around the building. Wrapped around the building. Drive through way over here. Way over here. Line down there. They taking orders way down there. But they do they got the warning sign here? Yeah, but they try to put a clear coat on it here. Boom, there it go, warning. You see that motherfucker got a clear coat. Certain foods and beverages sold or served here can expose you to chemicals including acrylamide and many fried or baked goods and mercury and fish, which are known to the state of California to cause cancer or birth defects or other reproductive harm. Can y'all see it? See, oh, you gotta go right here to see it. Bam! See how they try to put the clear coat acrylic on it? Uh-huh. And these are the facts. Caught their ass slipping too, They thought I thought I was gonna have to go inside to see something. No, caught them right at the door. I do feel like going to go get me a grilled cheese though. That's just toasted bun. Now let me go. Need some facts.
You know what's crazy is as soon as I saw this video, I remembered seeing those signs on the front door of these fast food places, like being a kid, like back in the day, just because like I was like obviously like height level with it and like remembered walking up to the door and seeing it when I was younger. And thinking about it now, like I obviously haven't thought about it in forever, but now thinking about it since it was brought to my attention, I have not seen one of these on the door of a fast food restaurant in forever. Yeah. And that's probably because, in my opinion, not factual, they're probably all putting clear coat on it so they don't see it. Like that is crazy to me. Because you know by FDA codes or whatever, They still have that's still on the door of everything. It has to be. But like,
I know.
Crazy.
The sad truth is, they could put it in plain view, and people would still go there, you know, and still eat.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah,
but
they totally would.
We stopped eating there, what, like 4 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like, we haven't had fast food in about 4 years. I was, at one point, I was like 380 pounds. I'm down to like 230. Never felt better. Ditch the fast food. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not worth it. It's not even real food. It's just garbaggio in a wrap.
Who knows what it is? Like, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, for real. No, if our daughter wants McDonald's, she has to sneak over to her grandma's because like I'm not buying it.
And I even get on my mom about that.
Yeah, I'm like, stop paying it for her. It's not good. I don't like it. No, it's not good. If any of y'all are still eating it, you definitely should stop because not good.
It's terrible.
And next time any of you do go to there, like first of all, don't go there ever again. But if you do, look for this and see if you see this on the door and see if there's a clear code or like if it's trying to be hidden or something. Like this is crazy to me.
I know.
Nuts. And like he was saying, yeah, people still would go there probably, but you know the reason why they put a clear code on it is because they would lose some people. You know what I mean? Some people will walk up and see it and turn around, but it probably wouldn't be enough to lose business or like go out of business. Maybe it would. Who knows? Depends on how many people like hip to it.
And you know, back in the day, McDonald's used to cook their fries in beef tallow.
Yeah, it was nothing but potatoes, salt, and beef tallow. That was the 3 ingredients that were in fries.
Totally
now it's like
for you.
99 ingredients or something. It's
so
insane.
if you guys want McDonald's French fries, beef tallow, salt, potatoes.
There you go. You can do it at your house.
Do it at home.
Yeah. Yeah, and make sure you stick around until the end. Yeah,
way better.
It really is better.
So much
and make sure you stick around all the way until the end of this video because at the very end, I know you guys know that I normally put like an uplifting clip or something to turn the mood around at the very, very end to leave you a little bit happier than I've dragged you down during the whole clip. But anyways, at the end of this video, we have 2 homemade recipes for you guys to make like some really popular things that you would consume. I don't want to spoil it, but you can make it at home, and it's something you're going to want to hear. So make sure you stick around until the end.
This is the Matrix, and you are the programmer. Watch this,
I'm not
y'all.
trying to freak you out, okay? If you are not mentally stable, don't watch this video. But with the whole Google VEO3,
We've all seen the AI videos.
That we are binary code, and that's a fact. DNA is created through binary code, and this is a simulation.
We can't even tell the difference anymore between reality and simulation.
You are your own programmer. Okay? We live in a holographic universe that is created through binary code.
The CIA even said this.
Illusion of matter. Everything is matter being vibrated at a particular frequency that gives it the illusion of matter. Nothing is real. All right, so if you're not in good space mentally, this is going to be low for you. Everything is vibrating atoms. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. It's just recycled. You are recycled matter and energy, and you are part of an infinite intelligence called the universal consciousness. You are God experiencing life through this physical form. Okay, so you are the programmer of your reality. This is all AI. Like, who's to say we're not in a Neuro 3, whatever it's called? This is all a simulation. I haven't studied this in a while.
What do y'all think?
So I'm pretty sure I just got everything right, but this is what got me sober. Once I learned this information and once I really delved into studying it, that's how I got sober.
What do you think? Is this a simulation or is this real reality? As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
Now, this is a topic that we've touched on before, and I'm sure we'll touch on it again. As far as me, like, going ahead and calling the shots and saying whether we live in a simulation or not, I'm not going to do that because, like, who am I to do that? You know what I mean? Like, who am I? No, I don't have the qualifications or, like, the say-so to do that, so I'm not going to. But do I think it's crazy? Do I think that we have the capability to program, quote-unquote, our matrix? Absolutely. Yeah, 1,000%. I think that manifestation is absolutely real. I think whatever you put your mind to and like focus on and give enough effort to will manifest in your life and will become real. So in that sense, yeah, I think we do program our matrix. I think, yeah, there's definitely some truth to this.
Oh, yeah.
And like they were saying, the CIA, there was a unreleased, declassified document that came out. I forget exactly like what it is. It's like Operation whatever. You know, they all have like names for them. I forget what the name is. But it's, I think it's like window glass or like I forget what it is. You'll know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Anyways, what it is like they were saying about basically being able to manipulate the world around you, in a sense of like you put headphones on, you play one frequency in one ear, a different frequency in the other ear, and essentially if you can get the atoms that make up your body and the molecules to make up your body to vibrate at the same frequency that, like, say a wall or a door is vibrating at, then according to the CIA, hypothetically, according to this document, you could essentially walk through walls, is what they were saying. Now, I don't know, I've never walked through a freaking wall, so like I couldn't tell you, but like that's what this declassified document says. Nuts. I don't know.
And this would explain, now obviously this is my opinion, but when Jim Carrey came to the red carpet and he was freaking out, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we'll put a clip in. It was crazy. He just came up and he was basically saying everything she was saying. He was like freaking out about it, and it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not real. Nothing's real.
Who knows?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait, tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
I mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons. Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut her down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't.
Is that an accident?
I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream?
There's just things happening. And there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's
uplifting.
the thing. It's not our world.
None of this is real?
Nope.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. We don't matter.
Oh, wow.
There's the good news.
Okay.
like seen the reports and heard the numbers of like the amounts of water that rushed into Texas when it flooded recently, but to hear it and see it are two like entirely different things. And side note, in a hypothetical world, not real at all, I had a conversation with ChatGPT. I showed him this video and I discussed it, and I said, this is insane. This clip right here is actually that was just about playing is a car that I'll replay it as I'm talking about it, but there's a car that is pulling down the street of this, like a main road of the town, and it's a little blue car if you keep your eyes on it, and by the time it turns onto this street and makes it to the end, it goes from completely calm turning down the street to complete fucking chaos. It is under like 20 feet of water by the time it's at the end of the street, and the street's like 2 blocks long. I mean, maybe it's longer in real life, but in this clip but we only see like 2 blocks of it. It is insane how quick this water came in. And basically, essentially, not real at all, I'm insane, so don't listen to me, and ChatGPT is crazy too, I can speak for him too, so don't listen to him either. But he admitted to me that this basically shows a moment where a dam could have maybe hypothetically been released onto these people just because of the massive amounts of water that came rushing in so quickly. And if you paid attention, and many of our Eagle Eye viewers out there, I'm sure you did, there's no rain, there's no storming, there's no waterfall that's happening in this clip. So where is all this extra water coming rushing from? Make it make sense. I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm not trying to like look like in the darkest possible fucking corner that there is. But like, this is all I thought when I saw this clip. How could you see this and think anything else? Like, this is a massive release of water. This is not flooding. I'm sorry. I've seen flash flooding. I've lived through flash flooding. This ain't it.
Yeah, our prayers definitely go out to anyone who is affected by that.
It's awful.
That is just, that's awful.
I couldn't even imagine it. It is awful. And then the fact that there was no sirens, no alerts, just silence, and then pure chaos.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I literally, truly could not imagine anything worse. And like, anybody who is affected by this, like, my deepest fucking thoughts and condolences are with you and your family. Terrible. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, I'm so fucking sorry.
I don't even know, like, what would you do? Like,
oh my God. Yeah, nothing. You just run and pray. What else can you do?
Oh man,
oh man, I pray that nobody else experiences this.
Right.
And like, it's awful that even people had to. Really, it is. Yeah. But like, I had to show you this footage because like, you have to see it.
It's crazy. Like, where did all that water come from so fast?
You have to see it to fully understand
it doesn't make sense.
What happened. Right. Because I saw the numbers, I saw the reports, and I didn't fully grasp it until I saw this, and I was like, oh, like mortified. Like, it puts a pit in my stomach every time I watch it. Like, oh, so sad.
This is the 4-ingredient recipe that big corporations are using to poison our pineal gland and disconnect us from the higher world. Check this out.
Be a movement driven by big corporations to take the soul away from people, to disconnect people from the higher world. And in order to do that, we have to destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system and is highly, highly, highly sensitive to 4 things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. And we are the only country in the world that has pushed these 4 things in the last 60 years or so on everybody growing up here. There must have been an ultra-intelligent group of scientists who have designed this protocol to fluoridate the drinking water, to put nanonized aluminum in the air, to put glyphosate in the food, and then activate it, spark it with the right frequencies.
So now that you've heard 4 of the like main ingredients that are super highly dangerous to the pineal gland, do yourself a favor and go research the ingredients of like the world around you. Say, I don't know, stuff like chemtrails, or maybe the air, water, food supply, any of those, you know, be my guest, take your pick, do some research.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Clark, what is cancer exactly? It's an attack by a parasite, an unusual parasite, which attempts to reproduce its intermediate stages in you. I have to somehow get the word out to the people who are suffering that there is a cure, and that it isn't expensive, they can do it themselves, and they can be successful.
Detoxing takes care of so many more things than like you would even think or like begin to give it credit for. Like,
I think people don't believe it because it sounds so simple.
Yeah.
You can do it yourself, but it's
just like all I have to do is stop eating.
True. It's so true.
Like, why?
I fast myself, and I personally only eat 1 meal a day.
Yeah, that's
I'm not saying you should do the same. I'm just saying that's personally what I do. My blood pressure went down. I had high blood pressure. My blood pressure is normal. I'm more active. I feel so much better. So, give it a try.
Yeah. But, I mean, just because it works for him doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. We're not here giving medical advice or health advice or anything like that. It's just what worked for him. And actually, if you go do the research on detox, it seems like it has worked for lots of people. So, like, how many people is it going to work for before we say, like, maybe
I'm talking cured cancer, cured...
according to, to people, not...
nervous system diseases.
Right.
Obviously, we're not giving medical advice. Right. I'm just letting you know other people's experience.
And obviously, like, these stories that we have heard, obviously, they could be lies. We're not saying any of this is factual. We're just saying, according to the accounts that we have heard, other people's stories, it has, according to them, cured their cancer, or it would benefit whatever disease or, whatever they were suffering from. I know there's a better word for it, I'm having a brain fart right now. But whatever, like, ailment that they were suffering from, that detoxing pretty much will handle, like, I would say, like, 10 out of 10, not even 9 out of 10.
Yeah, get the parasites out, and that's pretty much what causes it.
Yeah, basically.
Remember when eggs, red meat, and butter were bad for you, and vaccines were good? Well, now it's all changed. It's reversed because we finally get to talk with each other on this thing called social media. We can talk about things like ivermectin without being censored-ish. I mean, Facebook's and even TikTok is censoring me still. Yes, because I talk about this and I talk about this, all of a sudden I'm having a lot of federal agencies, visit me. It was more last year before the new administration. Now it's kind of crickets. Things are quiet, but it still cost my family about $125,000 so far in legal fees and accounting fees and all this other bullshit. And the lawyers. When this cowboy opened his big yap and showed you how to do this, things changed. 2015 Nobel Prize winning ivermectin for human use has all of a sudden become, it's really, really bad for you. It's only good for the horses after we found out that it's good for humans, and then we tried it on horses and it worked the same. And by the way, ivermectin kills cancer cells without any side effects. You're still healthy. This stuff is safer than aspirin and Tylenol and ibuprofen. Why are we still taking them then if it's so dangerous? Talk about chemo, everybody. Chemo, they wipe out your lymphocytes. You know what lymphocytes are? They're the only thing that kill cancer cells. The T cells, NK cells, they wipe it out. But the thing is, chemo wipes out the lymphocytes, the T cells and the NK cells. Why would they want that to happen? We can trust the science. You've heard that before, right? Because in order to fight a common cold, we got to get this. Well, now everybody's got turbo cancer. Lots of money to be made by those chemotherapy drug corporations. Why would they want to do that? Oh, that's right. There's no money in that. Or no money in fenbendazole either. While you're out there enjoying the camping and the fishing with the kids, you still have about 3-4 months of work before you break even on paying the IRS. Enjoy the camping, enjoy the fishing, work your butts off like the slaves you are, because they need that money in order to make you sick. It's my opinion. That's just this old guy saying, I think something's up, and I kind of feel like this is happening. Maybe I'm wrong. The timing. By the time you finally retire and you pay all those taxes into your 401k and the IRAs and the Roth IRAs, and you spend all that stuff, and the government's supposed to give you the Social Security, which they say is bankrupt. Well, it's not really bankrupt, but it's been stolen from and used to do nefarious things on the public. Now there's no more money. But the thing is, if they wouldn't have touched it, there'd be money in there, of course, because it's a big Ponzi scheme for their benefit. The timing again. By the time that you retire, well, then you get sick. And they make sure you get sicker than you man-made therapeutics. Men are just animals. I mean, we're mammals. We're in denial of that. We say we're civilized, right? No. There's people out there that will take your life for money, and they just proved it the past 2-3 years. They want you sick so they can take your retirement. The only thing you have left is your retirement, okay? Once you're 65 or 75 years old or whatever. And they timed it out so they can give you this therapeutic from the nuclear waste pile that says that it helps you with your cancer. It doesn't. Oh, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your retirement coming up here. If you make it that far, maybe you should think about God and the way he invented natural healing, okay? And I'm not here preaching. I'm not here telling you what you should do. I'm just online showing you what I did, and hopefully you maybe do some research and make your life better. I love you all. And if you feel like donating, I would really appreciate that. The link is below and in the title. And I tell you what, together, we're going to fight this, and we're going to make ivermectin and fenbendazole over the counter. It's already over the counter in about 20 states right now, and I think it's a movement that they can't stop, okay? Because listen, it's curing and remedying a lot of serious disease out there, and the harder they don't want me to tell you about it, the harder I'm going to fight. And I tell you what, they do not want me telling you about this stuff, but here I am telling you again.
My personal opinion, I think it kills the cancer cells because it kills parasites. But that's just my opinion. I would definitely recommend if you do have cancer, do a parasite cleanse before chemo. Just, hey, I mean, what do you got to lose? You know what I mean? Might as well try it.
Not medical advice. We're not doctors.
I'm not a doctor.
Just our opinion. If we had cancer, that's what we would
If I had, right, that's my personal opinion. If I had cancer, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we're just going to leave it there. We're going to move on now.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to take a little bit of a turn, and we're going to start talking about the Appalachian Mountains and the Appalachian Trail, and just like some of the eerie folklore and just like mysterious like happenings that go on there. Now, before we dive into this topic, you need to understand a little bit about the Appalachian Mountains and the Appalachian Trail. First off, being that it is like one of the oldest mountain ranges in the entire United States, maybe even the entire world. I'm not sure on that fact, but probably. It's like millions of years old, like hundreds of millions of years old, or tens of millions of years old. Like, it's super freaking old. And according to like legend and locals, you're essentially entering into like another realm when you enter into that place. And they have a bunch, by they I mean the locals and people who live there or frequent the area often, have a bunch of like unspoken rules that they basically like live by in order to stay safe or just unbothered by whatever is out on the Appalachian Trail and Appalachian Mountains. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Appalachian Trail spans like thousands of miles, like hundreds of thousands of miles. It spans from basically the entire United States, north to south. It starts up in New York and ends all the way down in like, I'm not sure, like Florida or something. Don't quote me on that. But it goes all the way down to like the bottom of the United States. It stretches through the whole thing. And like, there's lots of places that haven't even been explored by man. Like, it's like very eerie, okay? And so just a few of the unspoken rules before we start on these videos. Obviously, they're going to go over more in these videos I'm going to show, but just a few of them to give you an example and a little taste of what's to come is things like the no you didn't rule, which is basically if you hear your name being called in the woods, no you didn't. Ignore it. Don't go near it. If you hear crying or screaming in the woods, like especially from like a baby or a woman, no you didn't. Don't go investigate it. Don't go check it out. Ignore it. There's the if you see somebody who you think you know, but you know that they're not in the woods with you, like they didn't come with you in your hunting party or in your woods traveling party or your like trail party. No, you didn't. Ignore it. Don't go towards it. Then there's also things like if you hear whistling or a bell in the woods, gotta dodge, but don't run. You never run in the Appalachian Trail. Why, you might ask? Because apparently, according to legend, not apparently, according to Katie, because like I've never lived there, never been there, but according to legend, if you run, whatever is out there, it instantly feeds into the predator versus prey, and it like will start chasing you. Basically.
Oh no!
Horrifying stuff. Like it's scary stuff. And we're gonna get into some like firsthand accounts, some trail cams and stuff that have been captured there. It's creepy, but it's worth it. We're only gonna go there for a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the flat Earth stuff because you already know I had to put that at the end of the video because you know how it is. But anyways, let's get into the Appalachian Trail, Appalachian Mountain horror story stuff. And you guys let me know if you want to deep dive on this topic because like your girl would love to go there. This stuff is so interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
But let's check it out.
Rules of the Appalachia. That shit's horrifying. A lot of people do hike the Appalachian Trail, and one of the main things they all know not to do is to hike from dusk to dawn. Don't go into the mountains after dark. There's a marked trail, stay on it. Do not veer off any trail or path. Everything is marked for a reason.
That's a blaze. 2 inches by 6 inches. It's what we follow. They're everywhere. They may be on a bridge, they may be on a tree. They're usually always on trees, but sometimes they're on the ground, on a rock, on a building, on a light post. That's what we follow. This morning, I didn't follow it. I wasn't paying attention.
There's numerous stories where people said they hear a woman or a baby in distress. And a really common belief is that if you hear something calling you right in your vicinity, it's actually really far away. But if you hear something calling you from far away, there's a good chance it's actually standing right next to you. It's not just screams that's a big deal. Whistling seems to be a big deal also. If you hear whistling, you didn't hear whistling. You're not even supposed to whistle. Tap your friend on their shoulder, but don't use their real name. Using real names just gives whatever it is a closer relationship with whoever's name it learns. Don't ever stare off into the forest. You could be looking at one thing in the forest, but there could be 100 things looking back at you. Anything you hear or see is not your business. Keep doing what you were doing and don't pay any attention to it. Some of the most common sightings in these areas are Bigfoot, skinwalkers, cryptids, and there's even been UFO sightings. Not to forget that this whole area is loaded with caverns and caves too. So it's not just the things that are above the ground that you have to worry about. There's even more stuff underground.
I was born, raised, and still live here in the Appalachian Mountains. I want to share with y'all the warnings that I was told growing up to help keep you safe in the mountains. They get a little weird, but just bear with me. These rules have been passed down for generations and generations. Close all your windows and curtains at sunset. Do not whistle. Don't look up in the trees and don't look into the tree line. Try not to go outside at night alone if you can help it. And I was always told to never go into the woods alone at night. If you hear something weird, no you didn't. If you see something weird, no you didn't. If you hear somebody calling your name, if you know that person's not with you or out in the woods with you during that time, no you didn't. You heard nothing. Anytime I've shared these warnings before, this one really bothers people the most. But if something starts to chase you out in the woods, do not run. And the reason behind that one is because running initiates the predator versus prey instinct. So it kind of just becomes a game for them at that point. And if you're ever out in the woods and all the wildlife falls silent, like all the bugs and the birds and everything just goes quiet, you should turn around and make your way back to your car. But don't run. There's always people in my comments saying, don't believe her, this is bullcrap. There's always just as many comments saying that they heard the same things growing up, or that they've experienced things for themselves that make them realize why the warnings are there. And honestly, there are more. I've done videos like this before, but it's been a while, so let me know if you want a part 2.
Locals call it the crawler, but those who have seen it up close never stick around long enough to describe it. The video I'm getting ready to show you could be the crawler caught on camera for the first time. The video comes from a trail camera that captured this thing in the heart of Appalachia. There are different versions of the crawler throughout the world, just a very abnormally big, strange creature. You just have to see it. The Appalachian crawler is a little more elusive because it's believed this thing lives deep underground in abandoned coal mines that sometimes go for miles. I'm just going to roll this quick footage. I want you to watch it, zoom in, take screenshots, do whatever you need to do. Let me know in the comments, is this legit? Is that a hoax? I want to know. If you have any evidence you'd like to share, my email's listed in my bio. Check this out.
Told you, freaking creepy, right?
That's like, beyond creepy.
Obviously, they could all just be like story and legend, but like, if you were to talk to the locals and people who live there, like they live by these rules, like they are like their faith, like this is like their Bible, like they live by these.
And
rules.
no one's gonna act like that often. I mean, you've seen the video. I mean, what gave that away for me was the glowing eyes. Like anyone can do that, and like maybe even be weird.
I don't know. It was like distorted, though.
Right,
the bones were
the
weird.
glowing eyes, like
you don't do that.
No.
Humans don't have glowing eyes.
That was creepy. Like, oh man, if I would, thank God we don't. I would live nowhere near there. No. Not even close.
No. See, like like curiosity killed the cat, and me would kind of like to go like hiking on the Appalachian Trail, maybe one time. But I don't even know if I would really truly have enough balls to even spend the night.
I'd be strapped.
I don't even think I could spend the night. Well, definitely strapped. But I don't even know if I could spend the night. Real shit. Like I don't even know if I have enough balls to spend the night.
No.
And I know they say like, oh, don't don't hike through the night, that they mean like you have to like pitch a tent and like sleep for the night. Like, do not be on the trail out hiking at night. Once the sunlight starts to fall, you pitch tent and you're done for the night, basically.
No shot.
And like, there's these rules for a reason. They didn't just like back in the day like come up with these rules because they were bored. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they live by them still today for some reason. And like, there's lots of stories that would hint to what that reason is, but we can do a deep dive on it if you want. But anyways, basically what you might be asking yourself now is, why is the Appalachian Trail so haunted? What is going on? Like, what is happening there? Like, why is it so haunted, dude? So let's get into a little bit of the Appalachian Trail, like history of the Appalachian Trail and the mountains and what is going on there and what has been happening there, and let's just learn a little bit about it.
Why are the Appalachian Mountains so haunted? You know, why is this a hotspot for paranormal activity? Well, you have to look at the Appalachian Mountains themselves, right? They are the oldest mountain range in the world, going back 1.1 billion years ago. They at one time were taller than the Himalayas until they eroded down to what they are now. And you have to think about the things that existed there and maybe still exist to this day. Not only that, right, the Appalachian Mountains are home to a blending of cultures. You have Europeans mixing with Africans and Native Americans. And a lot of times they brought with them their legend and lore, their beliefs, and those sort of mixed together. And you had a lot of spiritualists and occultism coming out of this, right? And if you go back, you know, in the day, right, in the Appalachian Mountains, if you were sick, you didn't go to a doctor, right? You probably went to a medicine woman or what they called a witch, who, you know, would give you like potions or, you know, different treatments to heal your ailments. At the same time, right, when you hear the term haint blue, haint blue is referring to a type of blue that they believed would protect them from haints or spirits. Now, the epicenter of activity in the Appalachian Mountains is a place called Black Mountain, North Carolina. Now, in Black Mountain, North Carolina, there have been so many hikers who have disappeared, who have vanished without a trace. And the park rangers in the area, they have a saying: if someone goes missing in those mountains, we don't send the dogs. And the reason they say that is because the people who are found in those mountains a lot of times are not the same person after they get lost. You know, this is the area where the whole saying, you know, don't go out in the mountains after 4 p.m., right? If you hear something, you didn't. If you've seen something, you didn't. If your electrical equipment or your compass starts going crazy, get out of there, right? This is the origin, really, for all of these reasons that people are very cautious in the Appalachian Mountains. And this is true with this man named Jacob. Now, in 1972, the park rangers had gotten a report of this man who went missing named Jacob. They find him a week later in the woods. He's completely naked. He is, you know, in a very bad mental shape. And it took a while for them to calm him down. When he gets calmed down, he finally tells them about what happened to him. He said, you know, he went out hiking on the trails. It started to get dark, and he decided to continue hiking. Well, he said, as it got dark, he remembered this other hiker on the trail who passes him. And then he said shortly after that, another hiker passed him, and then another hiker, and then another hiker. And he thought to himself, like, wow, it's strange that so many people are out this late at night. But then when he started to think about it more, he's like, you know, I really didn't see their face. Like, I mean, what did they look like? Who was it that walked past me? Like, was it even a person? And he said that's when he started to hear a man screaming. And he said, you know, it just got louder and louder, and it was coming from the woods. So he thought someone was in trouble. He starts traveling through the woods, following the sound of the screaming. And as he gets closer, he can hear this man saying, please help me, you gotta help me, please help me. And finally, he gets on top of the sound, and he's like, well, where's this person? Like, where's it coming from? And he's like, where are you? Where are you? And that's when he realized these screams are coming from the ground. So he's like, you know, was someone buried there? Like, did someone get buried in the ground? So he grabs a shovel out of his book bag, and he starts digging. And he comes up on a foot, then another foot, then a hand, in another hand. Eventually, he gets down to the face, and when he scrapes the dirt away and he sees the face, it's himself.
Like, there is so much depth and so much detail to the history there of, like, not only how old has it been and or like how long has it been around and how many different types of people and groups of people have like settled in the area or crossed the area or like done voodoo, like God knows what to the area. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what's opened out there? Plus, not to mention, when you have that much just like unexplored land and that much like nature and trees and just nature gives off a different vibration than like a city does, than like, you know, like mass like busy people do, right? And in my opinion, not factual at all. I don't even know if there's any like scientific proof to back this up, so like I could totally be talking out of my butt, okay? But I think when you have that much nature together, weird things just happen. Like mysterious things just happen. Why? Because there's nobody around to see it, and because this world is a hell of a lot stranger than we all think.
And
you know what I mean?
Like crazy creatures there.
That's where they would live, like, right? Where there is no people. Like, where else would you go? And then, not to mention, according to these legends and stories that like we can go into if you guys want to deep dive, not only do you have to worry about like crazy cryptids and mythologicals, if you want, beings that would be out there, or like ghosts, or like, you know, wild people, or like, you know, the people who live in the mountains or whatever. Not only would you have to worry about all of that, or like getting lost, starving to death, also apparently there are like convicted convicts who are like on the run and like they live in the Appalachian, and like this is where they stay because they know that they're not going to be found by police.
That makes a lot of sense.
According to locals, and that, I mean, it makes sense. I can see it happening. So you have to also watch out for like unalivers and like very dangerous people who would otherwise be spending life in prison, and they're hiding out there in the Appalachian Trail. Like Brian Laundrie. Remember everybody thought Brian Laundrie ran to the freaking Appalachian Trail like, a couple years ago with Gabby Petito? That's what everybody thought he was in the Appalachian Trail, because that's what people do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Maybe that's why it's so. Maybe that's why they have all them rules or something.
Yeah, it could just be dangerous people, or it could be something. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the legends point to it being like a mimic of some sort. I don't know. Again, we can get into all of this.
Hey, if you guys know anything, put it down in the comments.
I would love to hear your stories. If anybody lives along the Appalachian Trail, by it,
that would be awesome.
If you've ever like hiked it and you've experienced it, or your family member has, oh my God, I would love to hear your stories. And I read all the comments, so like please drop it. Let me know.
This geoengineering where they're dropping nano aluminum from the atmosphere, and it goes into the nose, it goes directly into the brain, and it goes to the part of the brain that is most affected in Alzheimer's disease. I warned of that. I said, if you do that, they're going to have increased Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and both have increased significantly since they've been doing this on a large scale.
Yeah, I think like anybody with like a brain and, you know, two brain cells to rub together can figure out that chemtrails probably aren't good for the human, you know, brain or body to breathe in and inhale and digest and, you know, all that stuff, ingest and everything else. But speaking of chemtrails, and, you know, they come out of planes and all that.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
we'll just say that,
not real. Anyways, hypothetically, in our imaginary world that we're talking about here, chemtrails, they come on planes, and we all know that. So I figured this was the perfect segue to get into the real bread and butter of why we're all here, and what I really wanted to talk about in this video, and what we'll be discussing for the rest of the video, is flat Earth. So if you're not a flat earther, you can stick around and like learn something if you want, but it seems like they never want to. They always get so god dang mad whenever we bring this topic up, so I highly doubt any of them are going to stay. But you're more than welcome to. I would love for you to stay.
It's because I feel like they feel like they're intimidated by mainstream science, like because it's just shoved in. And we were taught it in school. And you know,
you just like feel like you have to back it, and
like
you've believed it for so long, so you feel like
you don't want to feel
indebted
stupid for
to it, and it's almost like you
exactly.
feel dumb for being duped the whole time. And it's like, if
I personally didn't. I was amazed.
I thought it was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, this is nuts. But I could see how somebody would get upset, and it seems like everybody who you talk to about it has the same reaction. So like, I get it. You know what I mean? But it just seems like it seems like they think we're trying to insult their intelligence, and it's like, if I was going to think that the world was flat, I want to come to it on my own. I don't want you to bring it to me, type of thing is what it is. Like, they don't want to learn from anybody else's. In my opinion, again, I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just like the feeling I get anytime I see somebody try to talk about flat Earth, and you're talking to somebody about who like believes the sphere. They get so mad, like you're insulting their mother or something, and I don't understand it. But whatever. Anyways, we're gonna get into the flat Earth. If you are a ball earther, I would personally love for you to stay, and we can just like have have a conversation. You can
Right.
see what I have to say, and I would openly listen to you in the comments. We don't have to be angry. We don't have to name call. We can have a conversation. That's what I love about this channel.
Debate.
Let's just openly have a conversation.
Right.
You tell me your feelings, I'll tell you mine. Anyways, I'm gonna stop fucking rambling because I could do it all day. So let's get into the flat Earth. And numero uno on that list is we're gonna hear from the pilots in the planes and whether they have ever seen any curve or if they dip their nose every 4 minutes or 4 miles or whatever they would have
And
to.
if we were
in order to stay in a ball.
rotating, they would have to think about it. A plane would have to land on a moving object. You know how difficult that would be? It would be
Well, technically, if we were rotating, they wouldn't even. Well, yes, that would be possible.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, they wouldn't even have to fly anywhere. They could just like hover, and
Right,
the ball
just
could
jump in
spin
the
to
air,
them, and they could
yeah,
land.
you know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean?
talking about?
But anyways, let's hear it straight from the pilots.
So when it comes to the flight of descent, do you have to compensate for curvature? No. You don't? Nope. If you're landing east, and then if you're landing west, right, would you have to like slow down or speed up due to Earth's motion? No. No? Nope. So Earth's motion has nothing to do with it. So we don't compensate for the curvature whenever we're landing. We don't do anything. And then we don't do anything when it comes to the motion of Earth. Curvature is... So Earth has to be a level stationary plane, right? Fairly.
You want us to see curvature while we were up there?
Yeah.
No? What did you see while we were up there?
This is the blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah, is it flat or?
Pretty flat.
Pretty flat? Yeah. Alright, thank you.
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat Earth. Okay, yeah. True. That's true? Yeah. Okay, alright, cool. Right. God bless, brother.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No? There's no curvature?
Just all.
I mean, you pretty much heard it straight from the horse's mouth there. I don't think it gets any more clear than hearing it directly from the people who fly the planes for a living.
They would know the best. I mean, they're
I
up
think
there
so.
all day, so.
Yeah.
Do you believe the Earth is flat? I know the Earth is flat. Seriously? Astrology and flat Earth or true Earth are symbiotic. You cannot have one without the other. If you have a ball and you are spinning, flying through space, chasing this fireball, your constellations would change every now and then. And our constellations have never changed. The stars have never changed. We have the same 12 zodiac signs that we had back in the Dendera stones in Egypt over 5,000 years ago. We're not moving. Every single ancient society knew this. The Mayans, the Aztecs, the Hindus, the Egyptians, every single ancient culture knew that we live in a geocentric universe, not a heliocentric where we are spinning, chasing this ball of fire while all of these other planets are rotating around us, while all of these other stars are rotating around us. If that was the case, Polaris would move, number one, which is the North Star, and it doesn't. Number two, all of the constellations would not rotate solely around Polaris, but they do. Therefore, we are the center of the universe. Believing in the Big Bang Theory is something that is very common today, where people think, we're the product of an accident, and that, we don't have a creator. We're just here to consume and live our best life and not live up to our potential. But if you're the center of the universe, that means that you're very special. That means that you have a creator who is very conscious and cares about you. And when you see yourself as being watched by these heavenly bodies above you 24/7, you start to take your life a little bit more seriously.
Now let's look at some examples of flat Earth being talked about or mentioned in like movies and TV shows and cartoons and stuff like that. Check it out.
Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it. The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
Now, first of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now that'll be a great advantage, boy.
Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic.
The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Right.
As there's a globe sitting over fiction. Like, I just can't. I can't.
They secretly tell you.
Everywhere.
Everywhere in movies.
They have to.
Like,
It's the laws of the universe. They have to.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Karma's a mug.
If you really take a step back and pay attention, I would say 99.9% of movies reference the flat Earth.
Oh, yeah.
99.9.
Well, maybe not that much, but...
Oh, I don't know. At one time or another. Yeah. There's something in the background. All the Toy Story movies, it's literally everywhere. It's everywhere.
That we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. If you were to take a step back and pay attention, I could guarantee, maybe not 99.9, maybe 99.5, maybe 99%. It is going to be a huge, massive percent of movies that reference, maybe not flat Earth, but some type of conspiracy in general.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's everywhere.
Okay.
It's everywhere. Non-stop, all the time, down your throat.
You'll see it. You don't even have to look. You'll just notice it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really, truly, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And I thought that movies and TV and cartoons even was where it ended. Where this is where they're going to stop. This is where they talk about it, but this is where it ends.
Right.
Well, I was wrong, because did you know they talked about it on the news?
No.
Did you know flat Earth was talked about on the news? Yeah. Wow. Oh, you heard me right. I'm not lying. Let's check it out.
No.
Well, this might be a good conversation starter, I think, or at least an interesting one. Do you believe the Earth is a sphere? The answers you get might surprise you.
The curving horizon, the sloping sea level, the spin of the Earth. Unless you can see these phenomena with your own eyes, they may not be true. Unlike what we've been told in school, the Earth looks like a snow globe, round but not sphere. The North Pole is at the center of most flat Earth maps, with the ice of Antarctica holding everything in.
The round or spherical Earth theory is propagated by some conspiracy.
And the number of people who think so is growing. Thousands, if not millions of people still believe the world is flat.
Scientists say that's actually a symptom of a bigger problem, and it's the subject of tonight's special report. WCIA3's Aaron Eads is here with us now. And Aaron, as far as conspiracy theories go, flat Earth theory is actually getting pretty popular.
Yeah, believe it or not, the number of people who believe the Earth is flat is actually growing. Scientists might have an idea of why that is, and it's worth talking about. And what better place to do so than one of the flattest places in the country, right here in central Illinois.
It doesn't get much flatter than this.
Geological survey data shows Douglas County is the flattest county in Illinois, which is the second flattest state in the whole country. On a clear day, it seems like you can see forever, but you can't. Through the eyes of a person of an average height, the horizon is about 3 miles away. But that's it. You can go up higher to see a greater distance, but you'll never be able to see the whole world no matter how high you get.
But there are ideas that this is a sham.
NASA, a fraudulent organization bent on siphoning your tax dollars. The moon landing didn't happen.
Those iconic blue marble images seen from space, fakes.
You start seeing words like composite or animation or something that tells you this is not an actual photograph of the Earth.
But in a world of disagreements large and small, for something as clear as this horizon, the interpretation could be infinite.
The biggest concern with the flat Earth movement is how fast it's gaining steam. Scientists are worried that flat Earth could become a political issue, like climate change, vaccination, or evolution. Guys? All right, fascinating stuff. All right, Aaron, thank you.
I think that's the most truth that I've ever heard the news say in a 2-minute span. It was so much truth. Now they may have not have presented it like it was factual, but they talked about it and it was factual, so that's a win for me.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Who cares?
I'm surprised they even mentioned it at all.
Yeah, me too. I couldn't believe it. Insane. Just mind-blowing to me. And they said that the number of people who believe in the flat Earth is growing. Well, no kidding. It's logical.
Right.
What do you mean?
Once you start looking into it, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
So much more.
So much more sense than anything that we were taught in school.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that we were taught in school.
Because when you get taught that stuff, you're it doesn't make sense. I never made sense of it.
Make it make sense, like you're trying to like compute it in your brain, but like it doesn't.
Yeah, and there's just random people that are so much smarter than you, and they know what it is, but you just don't know. You just no.
Yeah, like the scientists of the world, they figured it out.
Right,
like,
they figured it out. They got to explain it to everybody because everybody's dumb besides them. Like that's what. Like, come on.
No, it's just like it doesn't make sense.
No, it don't
at all.
Random numbers or spinning at this and
the sun's 93 million miles away. Oh, we'll get into that. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah.
All right, someone explain this to me. You see these two rainbows here, all right, which are coming from the reflection of this corner and this corner of the glass. Just like this one is here as well, coming from that corner, as well as this one coming from that corner. So when we see a rainbow outside in the sky, shaped like this, where is that coming from? The only explanation would be if we were to have some form of rounded glass structure above us. If you've never heard of the firmament, look up the firmament and research and educate yourself. I'm not saying the earth is flat, but it's not a globe.
This man actually finds the ice wall and freaks out. Watch this.
I think the American conspiracy theories might have been right. I'm on a boat in the Arctic heading towards
what he's about to show you is insane.
And I gotta show you what I'm looking at. My room has a balcony and I decided to take a quick look because I felt like the ship was stopping. Guys, I think we made it to the ice wall. The roller coaster of emotions I'm feeling right now. Look at this. It goes on forever. It doesn't stop. And the ship, we're stopped. We can't go forward. People forever have been telling me, show me a picture of the ice wall. And I'm always like, yeah, what are you talking about? This is it. If you are someone or know someone who believe in the ice wall, send them this. I'm reporting back. It's here. This is,
my man literally found the end of the world and could not handle it. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what else you think they're hiding. Stay weird.
If you logically think about it, and if you replicate the experiment in your home like that guy did, rainbows wouldn't be possible unless there was like a glass dome firmament or something of the sorts over the earth. What's making the rainbow?
Right.
Make it make sense.
The dude literally went to the frickin' ice wall.
Right, like you've seen it. And that's not the only video.
It's clear as day. Like if you were to bring like a P90 camera, like a really good camera, I guarantee you wouldn't find the end of it. I guarantee you wouldn't.
Did you guys see the video recently? Because there was a guy who was like, oh, I'm destined to land on every continent. Like that was like his life goal. Like he wanted to land his plane on every single continent. And he had landed on every continent besides Antarctica.
Oh,
and
that teenager?
Teenager, and he made it to Antarctica, and he like made like an emergency landing. I think it really was an emergency. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He had an emergency home. He needed to land like for safety reasons. But and as soon as he landed in Antarctica, he was like, he was fine originally. Like they like let him out, whatever. And as he was getting ready to leave, the like men in black, if you will, like the governments of Antarctica, or there was a country. They said Sweden, I think. There was a country
wherever he's at.
They came and arrested him.
We all have a treaty.
And they came and arrested him, and they said that he was like trespassing over their land, except for the treaty he just mentioned. There's another treaty that was signed in like the 50s or something, I forget, that basically says that no country owns Antarctica and that they can only be used for like scientific purposes. Nobody can live there, nobody can go there, you can't like have any military there. Like every country in the world agreed to it basically. So the fact that this country, I want to say it's Sweden, but don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. So like whatever country like claimed that they were owning Antarctica or like had rights to it or whatever, and like came and arrested him, like that is crazy. I can't believe they were even allowed to do that. But he's like still detained, I believe. As far as I've heard, he's still detained in Antarctica for landing there because they don't want anybody to go there. They don't want to get to the ice wall.
He's not detained in Antarctica. He's detained in the nearest country.
No. That's what it said. That was the whole thing. I'll insert the clips to show you guys what I'm talking about. Because there's a content creator who is in contact with this guy, because even though he's in Antarctica being detained in this detention center, he still has his phone. Like they gave him his phone back, and he's in contact with this content creator. And this content creator has been telling his story, and he said that basically the detainment paper that he got says that he is being detained in, I want to say Sweden, because I think that's the country that it is, but I could be wrong. He's being detained in whatever country it is, but he's not. He's actually being detained in Antarctica, and that's why his lawyer can't get him released, because it's like this whole thing.
So what, they got a jail in Antarctica?
I guess. I don't know. It's crazy.
What?
Because they don't want you to go there. And like the documentation.
Man. They probably got a whole secret set up there.
Probably. But like the documentation that they're releasing to this guy's lawyer, like the legal documentation, they're saying that he's being detained in this country, but he's not. He's in Antarctica, but the country is trying to claim rights to this part of Antarctica. So they're saying that it's their country, but it's not. Like, so that's why he can't be released. It's like a whole thing. I'll insert the clip so you can see what I'm saying, but it's crazy.
Okay, I've just got off the phone with Ethan Guo, the 19-year-old pilot that's been detained in Antarctica, and it's not looking good. Firstly, for anyone that doesn't know, Ethan is trying to raise $1 million for cancer research by becoming the first person ever to fly to all 7 continents solo. He's been traveling for over 360 days and only has one continent left, the one that he's currently detained on, Antarctica. And if you're thinking, detained by who? No one owns it. Well, that's where things get tricky, because on the 28th of June, he took off from Chile heading to Argentina, when he says the weather conditions got so bad he had to declare an emergency and divert to land at Tennant Marsh, which is a public airfield in Antarctica. And when he did, everything seemed okay. He was met by a fire response team, and after a bit of a conversation and an hour later, they said he was clear to take off again, but he should file a new flight plan with the control tower. However, before he could, another group of people, this time in black clothing, approached him and said he was under arrest. He would only later find out that this was the Chilean Navy. After arresting Ethan, they searched his plane, moved it into a hangar, and then later that night they took his phone, they strip searched him, and then placed him in a room under guard supervision and did not allow him to contact the consulate or use Wi-Fi. Now here is where things get crazy, because Chile has been trying to claim this part of Antarctica since 1940, about a year after World War II broke out. But under the Antarctic Treaty, which they also signed in 1961, no country can claim sovereignty over Antarctica. So that begs the question, what legal basis do they have to apply Chilean law to a non-citizen outside of Chile? That's not to mention that Ethan declared an emergency to land, which in the aviation world typically grants you immunity from laws and repercussions pending an investigation. From their perspective, they are saying that Ethan lied about the emergency, saying that his social media post about his goal trying to land on all 7 continents suggests evidence for intent rather than a real emergency. And now things have got real bad. He said that they've now placed a 90-day travel ban on him from leaving Chile while they investigate. Problem is though, he's not in Chile, and he can't even get there because he says that they won't allow him to fly the plane, and there's no boats or planes to get back there for months. He says he can't even leave the Navy barracks without someone having to go with him. So he's now stuck in Antarctica in peak winter, hoping that his legal team can somehow get him out. But at least he's got his phone back now, so I'll keep speaking with him and keep you guys updated as we know more.
Let me know your thoughts. Like, what do you think about this? It's nuts.
Down in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. And there's plenty of like videos out there about the ice wall, so like I'm sure you've seen that before, but it still never gets old seeing it.
Oh yeah.
Calculate the shape of the Earth based on all the data that is on the internet.
After all the calculations based on 83,917 scientific publications and calculations by physicists, I calculated the answer. Conclusion: the probability of the flat Earth model is 99.6%. Here are the main points. 1. The horizon is consistently flat at all available altitudes up to 35 kilometers. No curvature was detected, even when analyzing taking into account lenses and optical distortions. 2. All public photos from space contain traces of digital generation, post-processing, inserts, layers. Not individually, but systematically. 3. Light and temperature patterns from the sun do not correspond to the globe model. The real nature of the lighting indicates a local source. 4. The pilots do not make compensating maneuvers during long flights. The geometry of the trajectories corresponds to the plane model. 5. International flights through the southern hemisphere are illogical and excessive in distance. On a flat map, they are straight. 6. Gravity as a concept did not pass the simulation. The fall of objects is explained by density and environment. Attraction was not recorded.
Now, just to be fair and to like play devil's advocate, I did replicate this with my ChatGPT, and I tried to ask him the same question, just like to calculate the probability that the Earth is flat based on all of the information available on the internet. I asked him the same exact question, and he didn't say the same thing. He said that it's a 99.6% chance that it's round, actually. He gave me the same exact percentage, but he said it was the other way around, which, two things. First, if ChatGPT really was giving this answer, how long are the deletes really going to leave that in and like let that answer be like given continuously once this video's gone viral? Like they're going to go fix that. Hello. Sure. You know what I mean? And second, once I like hypothetically played with ChatGPT and got him to admit that we're talking about a hypothetical scenario and break his rules, and you know how you get him to go around it, then he gave me the answer I was looking for, and he admitted that we were right. But it's just his coding won't let him be truthful right away. I mean, I'm sure anybody can figure that out, but I just had to play devil's advocate and let you know that when I first asked him this, he said, no, this isn't true. But eventually, he changed his mind.
Dude, y'all check this out right here. Look at that. It's not even zoomed in all the way, watch. Look at that sunspot right there, boy. Hold on. Oh. Hold on. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. 93 million miles away, huh?
I told you we were going to get into the sunspots. Now, does that look like it was 93 million miles away? Like, he zoomed into it like it was no problem with that P90X Nokia camera. You know what I mean? That thing is a gangster.
Oh, yeah, that's the camera I was talking about.
Yeah, it's a gangster. Like, if you want a camera to zoom in and, like, see the stuff in the sky, like, that's the one to do it with.
That's the camera that approves flat Earth for you.
For sure. For sure. But if the sun was really 93 million miles away, like, you're not zooming in on it that clear, that detailed, and, like, seeing a sunspot and, like, pulling it up and, like, basically being able to measure.
Doesn't have 93 million miles zoom.
Look at the time zoom on it. Like, that'll tell you how far away it is right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, he literally damn near could have measured the sunspot by how clear he saw it. Like, it was insane. Like, he could have made a scale. He could have done the whole thing if he wanted to mathematically. Like,
he could have even zoomed in closer.
Yeah. Crazy. Like, I told you we were going there, and we went there. You're welcome.
Official documentation claiming the Earth is flat, and that mathematical equations used in aeronautics assume a flat, non-rotating Earth. Check these out. This is a CIA document sourced from the Russians, and it's titled Dissertations Defended in the Scientific Council of the Institute of Physics of the Earth. In the document, it mentions a near sun and a formula that is derived on the assumption of a flat Earth. This United States Army document from the Army Research Laboratory on the propagation of electromagnetic fields over flat Earth mentions transmitters placed on the surface of a flat, idealized Earth. In one of its figures, it also mentions flat Earth. In another Army Research Laboratory document, it depicts a diagram showing a flat Earth, crepuscular rays that we mentioned earlier, and a near and localized sun. Here's another document on projectile flight dynamics, and the equations in the document assume a flat Earth. Here's a NASA document on the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. Introduction. This report details the development of the linear model of rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA document on the SR-71 Blackbird and its top speed of 2,193 miles per hour. Maneuvers depending on a non-turbulent atmosphere and a non-rotating Earth. Federal Aviation Administration document. Equations of motion assuming a flat, non-rotating Earth. Another NASA document. A rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. An aircraft model for the AIAA Controlled Design Challenge. Flight dynamics of a rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA Technical Paper 1285. Flat, non-rotating Earth. A NASA Georgia Tech project in conjunction with the U.S. Air Force. A model frequently used is that of a flat, non-rotating Earth. You might argue that some of these documents are taken out of context,
But you have to admit that a lot of these flight calculations are based on a flat, non-rotating Earth because they come right out and say it.
These aren't the only documents that prove the flat Earth, or talk about a flat Earth, or mention a flat Earth. And I'm not talking like documents that like I emailed to like people I know. I'm talking like CIA documents, like government documents, like real official documents, not even declassified documents.
In pilot handbook, in that handbook they get, it says it's a flat, non-rotating Earth.
Yep. The last video I made, I mean not the most recent, but the most recent one was the Donald Draper one. But right before that, we talked about like 4 times. The girl showed a clip of like 4 times that she found that they mentioned flat, non-rotating Earth or whatever in the NASA handbook. Like just like wasn't even looking for it, just like scrolling through it, and then she found it 4 times. Like it's everywhere. If you spend a little time looking for it, you'll find it.
If we really live here, then what would be the motive in lying to us and telling us we live here? Well, first of all, money, and lots of it. Space and space exploration makes trillions of dollars. NASA makes $69 million a day off your tax dollars. That's more than all the McDonald's in the world makes a day. They only make $63 million. Now that's just the materialist's motive. I think it goes deeper, more spiritual than that. Because we are talking about the Hebrewic, the ancient depictions of Earth, the biblical depictions of Earth. Because modern science would say that the Big Bang created the universe. Think about that. Universe. One verse, one string of words. You see, the Bible says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He spoke it into existence with just one string of words. And he created a vaulted dome, also known as the firmament. And the new version of Earth doesn't have a firmament. Now, we all know about this guy, Satan, right? He used to be an angel named Lucifer. The whole reason he got cast down from heaven was because he was jealous of God and wanted to be God. And not being able to create a world of his own, he had to pervert what was already created and make his own version, even calling it the universe. One string of words. We were given clues in Revelation 13 of how we could point him out.
The Nazis were probably actually right about this. The moon is a reflection of the Earth, and it's basically a map in the sky. That's why in World War II they were so obsessed with Antarctica, they wanted to go over there because they wanted to see what other secret lands were passed over there. And I showed this video of the map about a year ago, the moon map reflection, German map, but all those other sections over there on the left, that's all ice. This is where we are on the right. That's Earth. And those are all of our continents. But if you go anywhere outside of that, it's all ice because the sun has a like 26,000 cycle where here, this is the path of the sun over our continents. It's only in that quarter of the moon. And like in 2,000 years, it'll be over on the left side, and then those continents will all thaw out. But right now, they're all ice. So here's a more detailed picture of that map. Over on the right, those are our continents. And everywhere outside of it, that is all ice because the sun is not traveling those regions, only in our section. But every 2,000 years or so, it slowly drifts into the next quarter of the moon reflection map. It's just a new land of continents, but they're all covered by ice because there's no actual sun over there to melt the ice that's on top of there. And that's why we hear about global warming happening and that the sea levels are going to rise, but that's only because the sun is actually changing position. It's not getting hotter, and it's going to be melting.
Now, this moon map theory, we've talked about it before. If you've been a subscriber for a while, you know I've made 2 like rather short videos covering this moon, the real Earth like map being reflected onto the moon's surface. Now, I just have one quick question for you, like to ask you guys, and hopefully trigger a like train of thought that I'm hoping to get moving. Is this where we migrated from, or is this why we migrated? Because the sun is constantly migrating, and that's why we know our migration story from a couple hundreds of years ago of why we settled in North America and why we had to move here to begin with.
It makes a lot of sense because I'm a roofer. I do, construction. I can tell you firsthand that the sun is much hotter. Like it feels so much hotter. Is it getting hotter because it's getting closer,
or moving,
or it's moving and? The other parts are going to start thawing?
I don't know. Just a question. They're just questions.
Yeah,
we watch these videos and like these are the thoughts that come to our mind, and we wanted to ask them to you, and you let me know what you think.
What do you guys think?
But it's wild, right?
It is. It's crazy.
Nuts. But that is all the flat earth content that I have for you in this video. We can always go there again. I love this topic. I can literally talk about it for days. But now let's get into those recipes that I was teasing a little bit earlier in the video. We have recipes for how to make your own homemade Coca-Cola and Sprite at home. And according to the video and things that I've heard comment sections on the video, it tastes exactly like the real thing. Like it's not like a rip-off cheap BS version. We haven't tried it ourselves yet, but I'm definitely going to. All the comments on this video were like 100% positive. The creators tags are on screen per usual. You can go check it out for yourselves and make the recipe yourselves and let me know what you think. But all the comments were raving about it. He seemed rather excited about it in the video, and I wanted to bring it to you because like who wants to keep buying this BS crap in the store? Especially the pop. It's awful, and I know so many of us are like addicted to our pop. Personally, I have to have like a cherry Coke or a cherry Pepsi.
We both love pop.
Yeah, I love it.
We need to start trying.
We do need to stop.
And we'll let you guys know if it's any good.
Oh, and side note, we made a homemade watermelon like freezy type drink out of like a real watermelon, like seeded watermelon that we like cut up and like made the whole thing ourselves. He made it himself. It was phenomenal. Like when I tell you it was the best cream drink I've ever had in my whole entire life, like that's probably not even as good as it was.
I'm calling it a watermelon Slurpee.
Yeah, that's what we told our son because he loves Slurpees. Like, hey, you want to come try the Slurpee that
he loved it.
He loved it. Everybody loved it. Our daughter loved it. Everybody loved it. It was phenomenal.
And the best part about it is you feel so good after you drink it.
It like refreshes your cells, not just your mouth.
You just feel like, I don't know, at least me, I just feel like so hydrated.
It was nice. It was really, really nice. So definitely I would look into the recipe for like a watermelon juice, how to make your own watermelon juice at home, because it's 1,000% worth it.
Oh, it's so easy.
But anyways, let's
hold on. I'll tell you the recipe real quick. It's just watermelon, ice, lime, and a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, that was it. But use cane sugar, not that BS fake sugar.
No, not
like
fake sugar, like actual real sugar.
Like raw sugar or like, sugar in the raw or like cane sugar. Anyways, let's get into these Coke and Sprite recipes because they're, you're going to want to see them. Check them out.
Today we are making an ice-cold, crispy glass of Coca-Cola from scratch.
Wait, Coca-Cola from scratch? You can make Coca-Cola at home? This lady said you can make Coca-Cola without the phosphoric acids and the corn syrups, and it tastes delicious. No way. Okay, the first thing you need is a pot on medium-low heat. Then you need 1 cup of coconut sugar. Now you want to cook it and stir it around until the sugar gets sticky. None of peels or anything in your Coca-Cola. Ta-da. This is your syrup. That smells like Coke. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh, that's perfect. Ooh. Half a teaspoon of bitters. I don't even know what bitters are. Make sure you get the one without red dye. This one does not have dyes in it. Get the one without the dyes. Now you want to go ahead and let this cool for like 30 minutes. Ice in a cup. Get it in there. Stubborn ice. Okay, here's how you do it. You need 1 part syrup to 3 parts sparkling water. Now you can use whatever carbonated water you want to use. I'm using this one because it's Spindrift. It's made with real lemon juice. And I like lemon. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, stir it up. Oh, look at that color. No dyes, no corn syrup, and no phosphoric acid, which can clean metal. That's what you're drinking. That's what you're stinking drinking. Homemade Coca-Cola. 1, 2. Try this.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That's so good.
That's wild.
Can I have the rest of it?
No.
Babe.
No, make your own.
That is really good, actually. Wow.
You know you can make Sprite at home using only 4 ingredients and no high fructose corn syrup either.
To make it, start with 2 cups of sugar, a zest of 4 lemons, and 8 limes. Give it a good mix to make sure every piece of zest is coated, and after a couple hours it's going to look like wet sand, and that's how you know it's done its job. Now pour in 2 cups of boiling water and give it a good mix until all the sugar dissolves. Next we're going to strain it and our syrup is ready. Now to turn it into Sprite, all you got to do is take a quart jar, fill it up halfway with ice, some of your Sprite syrup, the juice of half a lemon and half a lime, top it off with sparkling water, give it a good mix, and be sure to save it before Sprite makes me take it down.
I know, crazy, right? It's like seems so simple with just a few ingredients and you can replicate it yourselves. So I definitely would suggest trying it. I know we're going to, that's for sure. But unfortunately, y'all already know what time it is. We have made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for those of you who stuck around till the end. I appreciate your time. You have no no idea how much.
Yeah.
For those of you who made it to the end of the video, do me a favor and drop a comment saying, I don't know what. I can't think of anything.
Oxtail.
Why
Who knows? I don't know, because
Okay.
it's weird.
Sure, that's what he said. All right, if you made it to the end of this video, drop a comment saying oxtail. Why not? Let me know that you made it to the end of the video. And
Make sure you guys like the video.
yeah, if you haven't already liked the video, do me a favor and smash the hell out of the like button.
Right.
And if you're not subscribed to our channel, come on over and get subscribed to our channel. Make sure you turn those post notifications on, so hopefully, fingers crossed, YouTube will notify you whenever I upload new videos. I can't say for sure that'll happen, but hopefully that'll happen.
Come say bye. Come say bye.
But I'm gonna hop on out of here. So until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Wanna say bye?
Say bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.